5,600feet.com up here.
I'm in the nosebleed section of Montana. That's
Oh my
for
God.
sure.
Oh my God. Oh, have we got a show for you?
We absolutely do. Hi, everybody.
Hey,
Hey,
Arthur.
we're here. And there he is, William.
5,600, man, that's a steep run. You know, that's a 17% grade.
Yeah, you know what? I'm glad I'm not coming up there this winter. Fortunately, the roads are still clear, so we're good. But man, those hooves slip at that 17% mark. All right, come on. Let's go, William.
You know, I walk that road.
Backwards?
Forward.
You do? How do you know you're going
Oh my
forward?
God. I never knew I had these kind of muscles in my leg when I go up that road. You know, the next day, it's like these tendons that I didn't even know existed.
It's amazing
Are
what
throbbing.
we will do. It's amazing what we'll do for donuts. I mean, it is just amazing.
You know what?
What?
They don't sell donuts in Montana.
They don't? What do they sell besides beef jerky? What? Bison jerky?
Yeah, bison
jerky.
Of course, none of this makes any sense to anybody out there.
If they come through here.
Life is different in Montana than it is in the rest of the world.
That's for sure. It's different here.
But, you know, it's pure. It's full of trout in the Paradise Valley area.
It's very good trout.
We go fishing a lot.
Yeah. The trout. But you have to have the right fly. It has to be tied just so. There's a science and an art behind doing this.
And there's a science and art behind every single thing that you do in life.
It is.
And so, speaking of science and art, I got to tell you this story. Oh, my God.
Uh-oh. What's this one about?
This is about energy and where you leave yourself vulnerable. You know, we're all vulnerable, walking and talking vulnerabilities. And we wonder why these bad things happen to us. There is always a reason why these bad things happen. I mean, it's because there's something open. And so you want to make sure that you're not open so these bad things won't happen.
Okay.
Okay, I know I'm
waiting for the story.
confusing you.
Bring the story on.
Okay, it all started one day. This is so amazing.
Well, it all started. My mom and dad started this whole thing.
I was in Kansas City, you know, my favorite little town, where they got the crazy little women, and
I'm going to get me
Well,
one.
well, not me, though.
No, I'm not. No.
Anyway,
I'm happily married. No, we're only kidding.
So, you know, I had a purse in my car, and I'm from Montana, and we never lock our doors here because, you know, we're safe. This is the last of the safe zones of America. So you get into that habit of not locking your doors. Well, I go to Kansas City, and I didn't lock my door, and I left my purse in my car.
Gene, you're telling all the bad guys they can come up here and break into everybody's house. Don't tell them that.
Well, no, we have big dogs and big bears, so,
Okay,
you know,
right,
don't
yeah.
mess with us. And we also have big shotguns.
Big
shotguns.
And
and they work, and we know how to use them.
And we're allowed to carry them.
And we are allowed to carry them.
So what's going on?
So anyway, you know, somebody steals a purse out of my car, and I'm like, oh my God, where am I open?
So what?
So this is,
What do you mean by open?
Open, I mean vulnerable. I'm vulnerable. Somebody stole from me. And I've always had this consciousness that if somebody's going to steal from me, they probably need it more than I do. Else, why would they steal? I mean, you know, they can have it. That's why I never lock doors. It's like if they need it, they're going to come in and steal it from me. You know, they need it more than I do. I'm not attached to anything. But I was attached to my wallet because it had this little very important thing
Called
that I
an
needed to
ID,
have.
right?
It's called an ID. Oh, my ID. You know, I didn't necessarily care about the rest of the stuff, but it also had my checkbook in there.
You do realize that this is based on the assumption then that everything that happens to you, there's a reason for it.
Right.
And there has to be some kind of metaphysical or some other reason why. Okay.
But there's a physical reason for it.
Okay.
Why you attract bad things to you and what you can do about it. I mean, this is an amazing story. I'll try to cut to the chase because I know we all have a short attention span. Especially me. But
What were you saying?
I don't want to lose my co-host here.
Okay.
We lost him.
No.
Oh my God, he's snoring.
Okay, stole the wallet.
All right,
right?
stolen purse, stolen wallet. Okay, and you know, who knows who stole it? You know, you're in a big city with millions of people. But you see, I do have connections in high places. So the first thing I did...
Here we go again.
First thing I did is I got Archangel Michael out and I said, oh my God, somebody stole my purse. I need that wallet. Oh my God. And every day for 3 weeks, I made the call to Archangel Michael. I need that wallet. I knew it was never going to come back. Except for that, lo and behold, I get this phone call from this engineer on a train.
What? An engineer on a train?
Yeah, that's what his job was, is engineering. And he said, Miss Jean, are you missing a wallet? I found this wallet on the railroad tracks.
What?
3 weeks later after this happened.
How far away from where?
I don't know. I have no idea. Just on the railroad tracks. So he gave me back my wallet. He mailed it back to me.
Oh my God.
With everything in it.
Credit cards? ID?
Everything.
Everything was in it?
Yeah.
What about
The only
cash?
thing they wanted was cash. There was no cash.
No cash.
So, and my checkbook was gone. Well, they wrote 2 checks on it, but they were covered. The point is that, you know, tell your story.
I'm still sitting there thinking, oh my God. Well, you know.
The point was I had a hole in my aura, so to speak. So I left my car open. I was careless. I was cavalier.
Could you narrow it down to some event or something that you had done before that left you vulnerable?
Well, when I was in high school, no, I was in junior high.
It started that back?
Seriously.
Okay,
Now, you
this
can
is
take
junior high?
everything back and find where you really messed up.
Yeah.
Well, I really messed up on this one. I was with a gang of kids.
Yep.
And we went to the roller skating rink, and all the kids, I wanted to be in good with them because they were the popular ones.
Okay.
You know? And they started taking everybody's purses. I'm not kidding. So everybody,
So
while
you
you're
had a little
skating, you
theft
put the
ring.
purses with little
What's-
theft ring.
Yeah, what, a bunch of 14-year-olds running around with purses. Theft
Well, you
ring
know,
on them.
everybody at the roller skate rink, you know, they're like me. They never lock their doors. They stick their purses under the chairs. And so, yeah, we were all, I was a part of it. I did it too. You know, that night, it was a pretty wild night. And I think we ended up with, maybe $10, and we thought we were really rich. And I think I may not have even been in junior high. I may have been only a 6th grader.
So how much earlier from the event did this occur?
Well, of course, this was many years later, but there's no time and space in the realm of settling debts, you know?
Yeah.
It's called karma.
Karma.
So
What goes around comes
around. Eventually, it doesn't
Golden rule.
necessarily do it the next day.
Yeah, golden rule, same thing.
So
reap as you sow, sow as you reap.
But the cool thing is that I had come into an awareness of, what was right and wrong, and I knew this was wrong, and I didn't want to be a part of it. So I think that's why I got my purse back, too.
I got one for you, too.
Okay.
Computers, right? I
Mm-hmm.
started doing computer work. So I ended up getting this contract, and I didn't have any software. So I ended up getting a copy of a piece of software from a guy that was, didn't cost me anything, or so I thought at the time. And so I generated my invoices off of this because I had just started as a consultant. Well, the computer ends up getting stolen. Same thing. Right? And I'm thinking, what the heck happened to here? And all of a sudden I remembered the fact that I didn't pay for a license for that software.
There you go.
Yeah. What goes around comes around.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
So don't do that, everybody.
You got to play by the rules. It's the cosmic law, and there's human law,
Well, everybody says, it's okay. I'll go ahead and take this, music or copy it from somebody or get a copy of a CD or something
It'll
like
come
that.
back and bite you.
Guaranteed you will get bit by it sooner or later.
It might not be the exact same thing.
Yep.
Just as I parked my car and left the doors open and they took my purse. Well, I wasn't in any roller rink, but,
I had a lot of bikes stolen. Bicycles.
Did you steal horses in a previous life?
Probably did. That's why I'm living in Montana or coming back to Montana. I got to bounce that
Oh,
karma.
you want to hear a funny story?
Yeah.
It's still hanging a fence in Kansas City to steal a horse.
Are you serious?
And that same bunch of kids and I, we went horseback riding on some horses that we knew weren't ours, but we knew the horses. And, we knew the people were gone, and so we just wanted to give them a
God, remind me
good
not to leave my
exercise.
wallet laying around you.
We were just kids. We were a pretty wild bunch. But, so we got on the horses and rode them, and then we took them back. I love horses. They're awesome.
Yeah, horses are
So that night, I kid you not, there was a 7-foot sheriff at my door.
Are you serious?
And he took us all down to the police department for horse stealing. scared the tar out of us because he did say it's a hanging offense. You know, I'm a sixth grader. I'm like, I got in a lot of trouble when I was in sixth grade.
But the horses were back where they belonged.
Yeah,
right?
they
You
were.
just borrowed
But the
them.
fact is that we stole them. And he
Sure.
wanted to drive a point home. And oh, did he ever. I was just petrified. I was petrified. Of course, my dad the next week went and bought me my own horse. But, you know. This sheriff, I swear, I'm looking at his feet when the doorbell rings, and I'm like slowly going up, and I hit his kneecap, and then, all the way up to his chin. He was the biggest man I have ever seen.
Right past the
Scared the
badge.
tar.
Yeah, and I guess as a 6-year-old, that badge probably looked about 6
Oh.
inches high. It looked
Wow.
like the guy had a shield. Now you know why they call it a shield, right?
First and last time I ever got in trouble with the law that way.
Oh, gosh.
But what was that, Karma?
I had something like that happen. We were shooting squirrels with BB guns because they were stealing all the bird seed. We had accidentally put a hole in
Kind
it.
of cruel.
Yeah, I accidentally put a
No
hole in the
wonder
neighbor's
the
window.
deer hit you the other day.
Oh, you're going to bring this up.
Yeah.
All right, I got to tell him. This is funny. I got hit by a deer. I didn't hit a deer. I got hit by a deer. This actually happened 2 nights ago. And I'm coming down the roads. Montana, you have to be careful because the roads are deer-ridden.
Invested. It's
Oh.
like a video game.
Totally. Yeah. It's like Frogger, except they're deer, you know?
Yeah, right.
They're either
Exactly.
deer or elk or some other kind of furry
You
thing.
never know when they're going to come out.
Hey, you
oh
know
my
I had a
God.
bear actually run in front of my car here, too?
When?
This was about this summer. It was this past summer.
Okay, well, let's stick to yesterday.
Oh, but the bear is fun, too.
I know,
You see a
but
big black fuzzy thing running past your front of your car. Anyway, this deer, right? So, thank you, Jean warned me. She had this premonition that I had to be careful about deer. So I'm listening to Jean. Jean gives me this warning. I said, okay, I'll go ahead and I'll listen to that. So I slowed it down a little bit. I had my high beams on, coming down the road, and sure enough, there's a deer right in my lane. Not a little nosy peeking out somewhere. He's blocking the lane, and this is a good-sized deer. And I've actually hit a deer before years ago, and they can do some major damage, including, God forbid, they
Total
come
your
through
car. They can total
they
your
can
car.
come through the windshield too.
Yeah.
So you got to be really careful because they can, you can pick them up and they'll slide right through the windshield. So fortunately, I was able to stop, but I didn't stop in time. I had to go around one side of the deer or the other, so I chose to go around the back side, thinking that if it's going to bolt, it's going to run in the direction of its nose, which most people do, right?
Right.
You're going to run it away from your butt. So by the time I got the car stopped, and fortunately I did not hit the deer because I had enough time to do it. In fact, I didn't slam on the brakes. I hit him hard, and so that's probably why I went a little bit further than I would have. The deer is now next to my left window. And so I'm looking at the back end of this deer pointing across the road, and I'm stopped right next to it. So his butt is sticking right there in the window, this deer, right? So I'm looking at this and I go, okay, that was pretty close. And so at that point, deer will spook. This deer did not move, but then all of a sudden spooked, and instead of going forward, the son of a gun turns around and runs into my car.
Gee.
Bangs into the car. There's this big thump. So a deer hit me. I didn't hit the deer.
Only
the deer hit me.
Arthur.
That's the
Only
way it works.
Arthur.
They're cute little, and they have deer.
But they're
that are
gophers. They're glorified gophers is what they are.
Glorified. I never heard of a deer being called a glorified gopher.
Gophers just run across the road. They're oblivious to time and space. They just run back and forth on the highways.
Speaking of gophers or woodchucks, what's going on in the woodchuck pile these days?
The woodchuck, woodchuck. Oh my God, you should have seen the creature that we saw last week in the woodchuck pile. He looked like a kitten with a fox tail, and, he's probably 1.5 feet long. And he saw us. He was a puppy. I think he was a baby fox, quite frankly. And I don't know where the mother was, but he was so cute. He was running up and down, showing off. Then he'd get on his hind legs and look at us and go, see what I can do? And he was running, on the woodpile and just being so cute and
This
coming.
is the same woodpile that's right next to the unicorn corral.
So he would run up to 1 foot of us, and just adorable.
Okay, so we started with woodchucks, then it went to wolverines, then it went to
whatever. I think this was a baby. He's a little furry thing, but I think he was a baby fox.
Baby fox? Well, they do have cute little faces.
Oh, God, he was darling. I wanted to take him home so bad, and he got close enough. He's like a puppy, only he had a fox tail. And he wanted to play so bad, and he was so darling. Oh, my gosh.
Hey, well, you got to hear that. Remind him, listen to the sign show. We talked about what happens when animals show up in your space. There's always a sign that you're being told. So I want to know what the sign was when a deer hits me. Yeah, exactly.
Well, there's this thing called animal magnetism. Ignorant animal magnetism, delicious animal magnetism. What's the other ones?
Malicious.
Malicious animal magnetism.
Sympathetic.
And sympathetic animal magnetism.
Is that everything? Ignorant animal magnetism. Ignorant, sympathetic, delicious, and malignant.
Right.
Animal magnetism.
Animal magnetism is like, you're a walking, talking antenna. You attract to your world everything that you need to experience in life. Now, when your world is a little bit syrupy, such as in sympathetic animal magnetism, it's, like ooey gooey. Oh, I don't want to. I just love you.
They can't see your face. I can see your face. That was syrupy. Very well done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what does it do to you? You start, it's a wrong vibration.
Sympathetic animal magnetism. It's like feeling sorry for people.
You're not helping them by feeling sorry for them like that.
And people can scam you when they have that kind of thing. So it's usually the kind of thing that's like your bells go and go, uh-oh, watch out. That's the kind of scamming. That's sympathetic animal magnetism.
Right.
Oh, you got to feel sorry for me because, things just went really wrong. And my girlfriend broke up with me and stuff. And I really want... So the whole idea is that you're trying to get a play. You're trying to get energy by playing it. It's sympathetic.
And then you have delicious animal magnetism.
And that has to do with, isn't that the emotional side of it?
It's like the desires.
Yeah, desires. Oh, yeah.
I want this.
Oh, ice cream. I want this. I want cake. I want pie. I want cookies. I want this. I want that. I want...
Oh, God. I think I got it. I got delicious animal magnetism. Oh, my God.
Here go the donuts.
Oh, no. Not that. I'm on a diet. I've done so good.
I was doing fine until I came back into the fold here.
Delicious animal. I know, me too. Until you came into the studio, I was doing great. Arthur shows up at the door and diet out the window.
Boom. Right down.
But it's coming back.
Then you got ignorant animal magnetism.
Yeah, ignorant.
And that is, ignorance means ignoring. So you're actually ignoring the law.
Right.
So it's
better, but you don't do better.
Yeah, it's kind of like the three blind mice.
It's rebellion.
See no evil, hear no evil, do no evil. Yeah, it's
Let me
kind of
rebel against everything.
Yeah, I'm not going to see it. No. La, 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 la. You stick your fingers in your ears. You don't want to do that.
And then the last one is...
we did delicious, sympathetic, ignorant, and malicious.
Malicious.
Oh,
ooh.
That's nasty stuff.
That's when you're telling me to cut to the chase and shut up.
Yeah, exactly. Or, somebody steals your wallet and then kicks you in the,
The fanny, yeah.
Exactly.
It is kind of scary when somebody steals from you.
It is. Yeah.
You feel violated. You definitely feel violated.
What the interesting thing is about this, though, and what we're talking about is that you can protect yourself from these, and
Absolutely.
you can make yourself less vulnerable to it.
But also you can, that would, in many people's mind, might be considered a miracle that 3 weeks later I get a phone call and my wallet is,
Oh, that's or the same thing that happened with the computer when it was stolen.
What are the chances of that? What are the odds of that? But you know what? 1 times 1 times 1 always equals 1. You're so important to the angelic realm, and they will individually do that thing that would seem to you to be a total miracle if you've got the good karma to attract that to you.
Well, in the case of the computer, right?
Right.
In the case of the computer, I said I was really wanting to know what was in me that caused that to manifest.
Right.
Why would somebody steal this computer?
That's the first thing I thought of too when my wallet got stolen. Is why would I attract that to me?
And what was interesting is I even asked that question because the components that they stole could not of themselves work. So they left pieces that were required to make the thing work. Mm-hmm. So it was the power supply, or the disk drives and stuff, all that stuff was left. And it's like, well, this is stupid. This isn't going to work for this person. So obviously it was a message. Another sign.
Another sign, yeah.
Another sign. So I asked, what was it? And I said, look, if this is what the problem is, I'll tell this story, and then please give me a computer because I really need one. And within 4 days, I had the money, and I bought a computer.
Wow.
It was a miracle. But it wasn't a miracle because it was the law. Right?
It was the law, exactly.
The law.
An angel will not interfere if you've got... It's like if you pray for someone who's really, really sick in a hospital.
Yeah.
You know, and they've got the karma where it's their time to die. It is their time. You know, it's a cosmic law. They've absolutely set it up. And you're praying really hard that they live. You know,
I've got one of those.
It
stories
isn't
for
that the angels are ignoring you. It's that particular life stream has his set of circumstances that he needs to go through, and you're interfering by your prayers.
Oh, I got one to tell you.
Okay.
A friend of mine did exactly that. There was a person that they were.
Then they say, I don't believe in God. Because, look, he died.
Oh, that's a whole nother subject.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to get off on that. Let me tell you this story first, though. But although I like this other one, too. So I'm going to talk about that. So this guy was a family friend, and he was going through a very traumatic experience. And this friend of mine had children that liked this person a lot. So they prayed, oh, please, please, save this guy. Please, 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 stop. Well, what happened was this person then ended up getting stalked by this guy. He got better. And then it became a whole different type of problem afterwards. It was all directed at this person.
Stalked? Oh my God, I shouldn't laugh at that, but I mean...
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, if you interfere with somebody's world, you know, it's like you could really be asking for some trouble.
Yeah, so how do you deal with it? What you do is you ask for God's will in regard. So you pray for people, but ask for God's will.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, just ask for God's will.
So that you don't interfere with their cycles or create a situation that you might regret later.
Or something worse will come upon you.
But I got to tell you, I put this thing on my Facebook.
What thing?
I put this little saying on my Facebook that is apropos for this. I'm trying to pull it up really quick so I can read it because I can never remember it. But it says it's funny because we ask God to change our situation, not knowing he put us in the situation to change us.
Ooh.
You know, if you look at it that way, things don't hurt anymore.
Yeah, we should put that up on the website. I think we should post that.
Okay.
That's good.
Fine.
Let's put that up on the website. That's a good one.
The thing is that you interfere with somebody's life cycles, you could very well be asking for trouble.
Yeah, and you know, so if it is granted, you then have the responsibility of doing whatever it was that you were asking. Like in this case, this person just got stalked for a long period of time and it became problematic.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But the thing is that there are no accidents in life.
No.
There are no accidents in life. So if you've done your part, you've done the prayers for the healing of the individual, you know, let it go at that. Whatever happens, you've made the call. Call compels the answer, whatever the answer happens to be. If it is that it's time for them to move on, remember, we all have a round-trip ticket. And there's really no such thing as death at all, ever. But we are so indoctrinated to think that death is the deal and horrible and, oh my God, I'll never see that person again. And you will, by the way, see that person again. Funeral means fun for all.
What?
Funeral.
I
Fun
never
for
thought
all.
of that.
Yeah.
Well, I always knew that funerals were for the living. They were never really for the dead.
You want to bet you attend your own funeral.
Really?
You always are there.
Party time.
So you're sitting there talking to the guy, don't cry. Come on, I'm in a great place. Don't cry. You know, and they can't hear you because you're on the other side of the veil. So, you know, whatever. But it's true. I know who my family members, most of them have always said, when I die, have a party for me.
Oh, yeah. Talking about family members and pulling that down, there's something else called family mesmerism.
Oh, God, that is something I do not like at all.
That's like the animal magnetism.
It is.
But it's done at a family level.
Where you're too, you know, codependent. You're so codependent. It's like that syrupy, this is my family. This is all just, you know, I'll never evolve out. It's like living in a small town where everybody knows everybody and it's a mandala of karma. You know, and you can never leave that small town and expand and grow. But look how big the universe is. You need to leave that town.
Cue the music from Cheers. Did you ever see? You saw Cheers, right? Where everybody knows your face.
Yeah.
Everybody knows your name. But the family mesmerism thing too can actually be a pull. I mean, that's not like saying that family is a bad thing, but when it comes down to it, it comes down to the fact that your true parents are actually your father, mother, God when you get back to the spiritual realm eventually. So, yeah, and your family is supposed to represent that kind of connection with with the rest of your spiritual hierarchy.
Well, the
and
thing
a lot
is,
of times it's very dysfunctional, and it's not.
and you have nothing in common with anybody in your family, usually because, mom's first couple of kids, here's how it goes. First kid is usually someone you've killed in a past life, and the karma is you have to give them life again.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm very serious. So, you always talk to moms, and they always are talking about how hard their first kid is.
Well, I think in a case, I'm thinking of one person in particular that I know. Their eldest son and her are very close. I don't see any of that kind of.
Well, I'm not saying in every single solitary situation, but
yeah.
But you don't give life to anybody per chance. You give life with two people as a mother because you've got some sort of tie with them, and you need to spend concentrated time with them.
Well, don't you? I would think too.
Usually, giving life is because you took life. That's
right.
the karma of it.
So, what about the other children then? 2, 3, 4,
Well,
5?
then you start balancing the karma of those that you've taken life from, and you get to the avatars, or those that you want to sponsor. You want to sponsor them because they're going to come in and they're going to bring some knowledge, maybe one little thing to the earth that's going to make it a better place. So as each child goes on, you get higher and higher souls. You're sponsoring higher souls because you make a free will choice before you have a child. You agree at inner levels with the man, with the husband, that you're going to have a child. So it's not an accident that you're pregnant. At inner levels, you always make the choice first. The child that comes down the pipeline is the child that you have the karma with.
All right. What about rape or
Same
incest?
thing. Sorry.
Oh.
You have a karma there.
That's
else
gonna
it wouldn't be. I don't care. It's the truth.
It's going to raise the eyebrows of some of the folks out there.
The truth hurts.
Yeah.
The thing is that even in rape, the roles will reverse somewhere along the line. And if you think about the fact you may have had 1,000,000 lifetimes, 1,000,000 lifetimes, that is like so hard to imagine because you live here in time and space and it takes 24 hours for a day and that day goes forever. How can you relate to 1,000,000 lifetimes? You got to remember that on the other side, there is no time and space. It's a twinkle in the eye.
All right, here, I got one for you, though. You can actually take embodiment without having caused a problem.
Right.
All right, there's a
we
biblical,
just haven't gotten that far yet.
Yeah, all right, okay. There is a biblical scripture that actually talked about that situation where the disciples that came up to the blind man and Jesus was talking to him, and he said, disciples said, "Who hath sinned, this man or his parents, that he should be born blind?" And then the response back from Jesus was, "Neither this man nor his parents have sinned, but that the works of God should be made manifest." So this guy took on blindness and that problem coming into embodiment so that he could actually be used as an instrument to show everybody else
that he could overcome it.
Yeah,
that Jesus
and so
could
he
do
took
a miracle.
that on when he came in.
Yeah.
So that was part of his divine
Well, that's what I
plan.
said. Avatars or high souls that come in to do one little thing. It may just be one little thing for their whole life.
Oh, and I've seen that a lot of times with children that have lost their embodiment after they come in quickly. They're usually, I've seen situations where the young child will be given a lot of visibility. It'll be some situation where the lesson is being taught to the parents, where the child will come in for a specific reason to teach the parents or others a lesson.
You have a miscarriage, for instance. That child 9 times out of 10 will turn around and be the next child that you have. And so the reason for the miscarriage is maybe they had an abortion or something in a previous life, and they had to balance that karma of not being able to get all the way down the pipeline. So even, carrying a child for 3 months, 6 months.
So you said 3-6 months.
So there you are, having a miscarriage and thinking the world is coming to an end. And several years later, you have a pregnancy that is just fine. And it's the same soul. They just had some sort of karma to work out by coming into your womb and then exiting pretty fast. There's something going on there. These things don't happen per chance.
So that also says then that the soul was hanging around prior to the
absolutely
to the event.
And I got a story for that. Oh my God, I was, pregnant.
Right.
I didn't know I was pregnant. And my husband and I walked into this restaurant, and there was a really good friend who just had a baby. Oh, I would say the baby was maybe 6 months old. And this baby went crazy when he saw me. He started jumping up and down. I'd never met this baby before. He started jumping up and down and laughing and laughing and laughing. And the mother of this baby said, "Are you pregnant?" And I said, "I don't know." And she said, "Well, that might be why he's reacting. He's seeing a soul that he knows in your aura." And so sure enough, I was pregnant.
Wow. I mean, this woman was obviously had some kind of knowledge herself. I mean, that's a miracle right there.
Well, she had this aura machine that I thought was the coolest thing ever.
She actually had an aura machine?
Yeah, but I'd never met her child before, so, an aura, you know what an aura, have you ever heard of what's it called?
Carillion?
Carillion photography, yeah.
Carillion photography.
Where you just take a picture of the electronic presence around you, and that you see the different colors in your aura.
Yeah.
It's really fascinating because you can see when someone's emanating jealousy, for instance, because it'll show up as the color of lime green. And then you can show, like someone who's in the healing arts and really serves people and tries to help them to be better. It'll come out as emerald green. Somebody is angry. They have red in their aura.
Good book on this. I read this one. A good one. Or passion is also a red like that.
These subjects that we're going over really quick, we should do whole shows on them because they're so interesting.
Yeah, and one book that's good is The Human Aura.
Oh, Human Aura, yeah. Who's that by? I read that years ago.
It's put out by the Summit Lighthouse.
Elizabeth Clare Prophet?
I believe so, yes.
The Human Aura.
Human Aura.
Get your hands on it. I got to admit, it's been many, many, many years since I've read it, but it was probably one of my first books where I actually recognized that an aura existed. Mm-hmm. And it made sense out of me why I would walk down the street and I'd see someone and I'd get a read on them, but I really didn't know them from Adam. And the read, it's like I was reading their aura instead of their person.
Yeah, I started sensing colors and stuff after reading that book. That was a very profound book in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah, so get your hands on that, the Human Aura. Not that we're trying to sell it, but no.
Oh yeah, any of these books that we come up with, these are really class works that'll just kind of shortcut your knowledge and understanding.
We're just trying to take you the Trek Upward radio show.
Faster, higher, quicker,
More powerful than a locomotive.
That's right.
Able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Look! Up in the sky. It's 5,600 feet studio.com.
Hey, I saw the studio on the way in to Montana this trip.
Tell us.
Yep, I was up about 20,000 feet flying into Bozeman, Montana, coming right past Emigrant Peak. And I could see the entire valley, and right at the top was the studio at 5,600
Oh my
feet.
God.
I could see it for about 10 minutes.
That's pretty cool.
This is like totally exposed up here. I mean, you can see the whole valley from beginning to end right here at the studio.
Yeah, we're probably the highest house in this part of the valley, definitely. 5,600. I mean, most of you guys out there in the big cities are down there at sea level, except for Denver. They're a mile high.
You got to see it. And I mean, we're about to make the transition into winter time, but all the roads are still open in Yellowstone, but they probably won't be much longer because the snow will start falling at some of those higher altitudes.
And the bears are out now, so don't go anywhere without bear spray.
Hey, there was a bear that was running around in a high school or a middle school in Bozeman?
Yeah, but there's also a bear last week that mauled a lady who was walking her dog.
What?
On
Where?
Yellowstone River. Just about 12 miles from here.
Are you serious?
I'm very serious.
Was it a grizzly?
They don't know, but he just took a bite out of her head, and the dog chased the bear off. So she lived, and I don't know how serious it is, but it's a reality. You got to have bear spray. You got to pay attention.
Wow, that's scary. Hey, did you see that YouTube video of the cat that saved that boy that was being attacked by a dog?
No.
Oh, there's this viral YouTube.
Like I'm gonna sit there and watch YouTubes of cats and dogs.
No, but you have Facebook, and this stuff will go scrolling past your timeline. 10 to 1, you probably have it somewhere buried in your timeline that's gone zipping past you, and you didn't even know it was there. Yeah. This kid in California, I think it was in California, was playing with like kind of a push little scooter bicycle kind of thing, and this dog from next door comes by, and they've got him on a security camera. Comes up and starts grabbing the kid's leg and start biting him and attacking this kid. This little kid, and out of nowhere, this cat comes tearing across and starts jumping at the dog. So this cat is considered this hero now because he saved this kid from this dog. Yeah, it was pretty cool. You got to see this.
Did the cat belong to the...
Yes.
Oh, well, that's why. That explains it.
Yeah,
I know my cat would save my life.
I think they euthanized the dog, too. I think it was the next door neighbor's dog. Aww. They had to. It started just attacking.
How sad is that?
They had him on 2 cameras. It was pretty interesting when they saw that. So,
well, we have covered a lot of material on this show.
But it's not like the attack bird that's here at the studio at 5,600 feet.
Yes, we do have a attack bird. And he only attacks people that have something in their aura, such as ignorant animal magnetism, delicious animal magnetism, sympathetic animal magnetism, or malicious animal magnetism.
So I got some work to do here to get this stuff out of my aura.
Well, remember, we're walking, talking antennas.
Yep.
And we're constantly conducting energy, and our thoughts and our emotions are the key. When you infuse thought with emotion, you're creating. So if you're, in a vibration, it's a vibration that you carry.
Yeah, well, one of the other things, too, that I noticed is that can be effective if you go through a life change. Like in this case, I went through an adjustment of things that I would be doing. So I encountered a whole different group of people, a whole different, kind of, life direction. And
my bird went after him, and he's got 2 hickeys on his neck.
Oh, that's really going to sound good. No, I actually wear a chain around my neck, right? You can't see it in the picture on our stuff, but I wear a chain, and the bird loved the chain because it's a nice gold chain, and it was shiny and crunchy, and so the bird was going after that. Problem was I didn't have it on my neck, and when the bird came up looking for it, he's digging for that chain.
Well,
all he got was neck.
His name is Echo, and he repeats over and over and over again everything that he does. The first time he does it, so he came, sat on your shoulder, and loved that chain. You were his best friend because you had a chain.
Yeah.
And so when he came back the next day to revisit that chain, it wasn't there, but the neck was there. So he reached for the chain and bit the neck.
Yeah, we jest about it, but it's adorable bird. It's really cute.
It's a sun conure male.
What is a sun conure?
Sun conure from South America. He likes to whistle at you when you walk by.
Yeah, I heard that.
And he's, hello, hi. He has a cute vocabulary. He's really smart, too. And he can play dog.
What?
Yeah. When he likes to eat meat, believe it or not. He likes to eat turkey. So I'll bring turkey in here.
Likes to eat turkey.
Yeah. And I'll have it in my hand. He doesn't know that
there's the problem right there. You're making the bird into a carnivore,
no,
for
listen.
God's sakes. He's going after my neck meat.
He flies out of his cage and he'll land at my feet and wait there until I give him a little piece of the turkey. It's so cute.
Does
he
know
God.
He's eating a cousin of his?
That's what my daughter always says. Does he realize that that's kind of gross?
It's all the same.
But I think birds do out there. A lot of birds eat meat, because that's all there is to eat.
Oh, you see birds up and down the road eating carrion all the time, dead deer and picking them, especially the magpies. There's a ton of magpies around here.
Hey, you eat meat.
I do.
So, a lot of
and
people
enjoy it.
Some of us have to have protein, Maybe the bird needs protein. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe the bird needs protein.
Anyway, I think it's about time to wrap this show up.
I think we've had enough.
See me rolling my eyes?
William's on his way.
William, where are you?
He's on his way. Visit our website at thetrekupwardradioshow.com or stop by on Facebook at www.facebook.com/trekupward and be sure to hit like on our page. Or visit YouTube and search for the Trek Upward Radio Show. Be sure to subscribe so you do not miss another episode of the Trek Upward Radio Show. The Trek Upward Radio Show is a studio at 5,600 feet production.